Namaskar. At the outset, let me thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to present this paper. I've retired as principal of the Institute of Advanced Study in Education in Thrissur, Kerala State, India. Okay. Let me begin with this quote from the United Nations Policy Brief. Please read that. See, there's a learning crisis now and requires urgent action from all of us. And that's why I'm making this presentation. That's why I'm participating in this conference. This is my overview. I'll tell you something about the background of the study, the rationale, and of course, ancient Indian wisdom for student well-being. Now, this is the background. As I said, it was COVID-19 shutdown. Online was the only mode, and even for teacher education. Now we know the World Economic Forum pointed out that inequality and digital divide is one big problem in India. And as per the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 4 and 3, 4 focus on quality education, 3 on good health and well-being. Now this was basically affected, see. So I had to think of ways of addressing student well-being. Okay. Now, a study of more than 30,000 students in 62 countries were conducted. And what they found was they had deficient computer skills. Students were really concerned about their future, their professional career. And even they were experiencing boredom, anxiety and frustration. The study was in 2020 during the COVID. Okay. And some common mental issues that were seen during the COVID, the pandemic, include irritability. And some students tended to show anxiety and low mood, eating excess food to cope with emotions such as frustration and stress. And as you can, these are all reported by Chakrabarty. Anger outbursts, experiment with high-risk behavior, and tendency to gamble and sexting, and even watching pornography. So you see, this is all becoming a big problem. Now, what is the rationale? In universities in the West, for student well-being, they see it as creating the proper ambience for students to participate in interactive group activity. So there will be a counselor as an external agency and mentor, and the teacher fosters student well-being. Okay. Now, in ancient Indian texts, if you look, all these students are expected to nurture for well-being are well charted out. There's a big difference in ancient India, how we perceive students, learners, and so on. But in the West, it's different. You need an external agency. Now, let's look at ancient Indian wisdom. Now, there's a growing tendency to criticize. And it is always debated the right to offend, the Times Nation write-up, February 2021. But, the Rig Veda says those who defame others are themselves defamed. Now, here's another one on good thoughts. There was this one particular book by Norman Vincent, The Power of Positive Thinking. They've written that, but then this is something natural. In Rig Veda, what they say, let noble thoughts come to us from all sides. But you need to read a book so that you become sensitive. That's how the West perceives it. There is one very good article by this particular gentleman, and he gives 10 golden rules on living the good life. Okay, a good read. But here's what the other of the Vedas says: live with the enlightened sage who ennoble life. Live the life of an enlightened man, die not. Live with the spirit of elevated souls. Come not into the clutches of death. It's already been mentioned there, the way forward is mentioned for good living. And on self-control, there's an article by Stillman and Panacea, the capacity to self-control benefits close relationship. Now you see the Kathopanishads very specifically states, the one who has not withdrawn from bad conduct, who lacks sense control, whose mind has no concentration or is not together, cannot attain the self through knowledge. On mind and the senses, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishads are not to be calm and withdrawn from the pleasures of the senses. Okay? And here's another one from another Upanishad. When the mind is in a state of dullness, you have to stimulate and awaken it. When the awakened mind thus becomes turbulent, calm it down. When the mind reaches a state of equanimity, do not disturb further. See how it is spelled out, the importance of controlling the mind and the senses. Some universities and institutions, they teach you the life skills and so on. Okay, and certain skills essential for life, such as curiosity, imagination, entrepreneurship, agility, critical thinking, and so on. But then you see, this is the Hiptopadesha. The skill that sustains livelihood, which is praised by all, should be fostered and protected for your own development. See, these are stories told to children, which tells you something about how to lead your life. But now in the modern world, they have to spell it out, 7 things you should do, 7 skills individual need, and so on. Now, yoga, we celebrated the Yoga Day. Now, the benefits of yoga, see, look at the benefits: intuition, concentration, harmony, relaxation. And then, closely related is your food habit: overeating, eating junk food, eating meat, that should go with it. And all this is part of the yogic way of life. And about learning, the advice for younger generation, you see, please read that. And this is a translation. What you need is agility of a crow, concentration of a crane, light sleep like a dog, light eater, and finally, brahmacharya. These are 5 qualities of a student, you see, the ancient Indian wisdom. It's all been spelled out. Okay, the agility of a crow, the concentration of a crane, light sleep like a dog, light eater, and of course, brahmacharya. These are 5 qualities of a student. So, about the post-COVID philosophy, we know about the 4 noble truths Buddha said, again an ancient Indian wisdom. Life has inevitable suffering. There is a cost to our suffering. There is an end to suffering. The end to suffering is contained in the Eightfold Path. And we also speak about the karmic law of cause and effect. You see, the UNESCO came up with this book, Education in a Post-COVID World, 9 Ideas for Public Action. And they make it very clear. In education as in health, we are safe when everybody is safe. We flourish when everybody flourishes. What a wonderful idea. But this is not new to us. So these are select references. Okay. Thank you. If there are any questions, I will be glad to answer.
This topic has very relevance. The same contemporary.
Yes, thank you so much, sir.
I'd like to share something. It's a lovely presentation, Dr. Chandrasekharan. Because
Thank you,
this is what we have been missing out as far as India is concerned. Because we have been chasing the Western and European countries, and now today the whole world is turning around to us. So this is where we have, and in fact, Narendra Modi ji has recognized India as a International Yoga Day on June 21st. So this is where we need to come back, and this is how India is going to progress.
Yes.
Lovely presentation. Thank you for it's a good presentation. Lovely.
Thank you so much.